High above the jagged mountain cliffs, a master of the skies surveys its vast domain. The wind whips against razor-sharp feathers designed for extreme aerodynamic efficiency. This is the realm of the wild falcon, an apex hunter like no other. Every single feather on its streamlined body serves a vital aerodynamic purpose. Nature has engineered this raptor to slice through thin alpine air with zero resistance. Silent and focused, it waits patiently on a rocky outcrop. Beneath a thick layer of dense plumage lies a compact, incredibly muscular frame. Despite its relatively small size compared to eagles, it possesses terrifying strength. This muscular power enables explosive acceleration when pursuing fast prey. Golden morning sunlight illuminates the fierce, intelligent eyes of this formidable hunter. Those dark eyes possess twice the visual acuity of a human, spotting movement from miles away. Nothing escapes the relentless gaze of a wild falcon. A sudden gust of wind sweeps across the canyon, testing the bird's incredible balance. With effortless adjustments of its long, pointed wings, it anchors itself against the gale. Such stability is essential for survival in brutal mountain weather. Deep in the wilderness, the falcon relies entirely on its supreme instinct and agility. It does not scavenge for meals, it earns every single meal through explosive aerial combat. This uncompromising lifestyle demands absolute perfection every single day. Stretching its powerful wings, the raptor prepares to leave its precarious perch. Each primary feather flexes independently to catch invisible thermal currents rising from the valley. The daily hunt is about to begin in earnest. Launching into the void, the bird immediately adopts a high-speed cruising posture. It beats its rigid wings with rapid, shallow strokes to build immediate forward momentum. The surrounding wilderness blurs as acceleration kicks in effortlessly. Navigating complex canyon updrafts requires a genius level of spatial awareness. The falcon twists its tail feathers to steer around jagged rock faces with millimeter precision. Pure instinct guides every micro-adjustment made mid-flight. Far below on the scrub-covered plateau, a flock of migratory birds moves through the brush. Even at a distance of several thousand feet, the falcon locks onto a potential target. The predatory calculus has officially begun in the raptor's brain. Gaining immense altitude is the primary tactical advantage required for a successful strike. The falcon spirals upward on thermal columns, becoming a microscopic speck against the clouds. From this dizzying height, the element of surprise is guaranteed. Up in the freezing upper troposphere, the bird maintains control despite the thin oxygen levels. Its specialized respiratory system extracts every ounce of oxygen from every breath. This biological superpower fuels the upcoming high-speed descent. Looking down from the heavens, the falcon calculates distance, wind speed, and target trajectory instantly. The human mind cannot comprehend the sheer speed of this neurological processing. It is a living, breathing organic supercomputer built for the hunt. Suddenly, the raptor folds its long wings tightly against its torpedo-shaped body. It transforms into an aerodynamic missile, minimizing drag to the absolute physical limit. Gravity takes over as the plunge into the abyss begins. Air rushes past the diving predator with a deafening roar that shakes the surrounding valley. The descent speed crosses terrifying thresholds, blowing past 200 miles per hour. This is the legendary stoop, the fastest movement in the animal kingdom. Specialized bony tubercles inside the falcon nostrils deflect the hurricane-force airflow away from its lungs. Without this unique evolutionary adaptation, the bird would suffocate mid-dive. Nature foresaw every single physical hazard of extreme speed. The ground rushes upward at a terrifying rate that would induce panic in any other creature. Yet the falcon remains completely calm, keeping its predatory eyes locked on the target. Every microsecond brings the strike closer to reality. Just moments before impact, the falcon opens its wings slightly to correct its final trajectory. The target scrambles in panic, completely unaware of the doom descending from the stratosphere. There is nowhere to hide from this relentless predator. With devastating force, the raptor extends its heavy, yellow talons for the final blow. It strikes the prey mid-air with a clenched fist of claws, delivering a knockout punch. The sheer kinetic energy of the dive ensures instant incapacitation. The impact creates a small explosion of feathers in the crisp mountain air. Momentum carries the falcon past the target before it loops gracefully upward to retrieve the falling meal. It is a masterclass in aerial physics and predatory execution. Circling back to the site of the strike, the bird locates its fallen quarry in the brush. It descends gently, landing with supreme confidence on the wilderness floor. The hunt was a resounding success, proving its dominance once again. Safety is paramount, so the falcon immediately carries its prize to a high, secluded rocky ledge. Eating on the open ground leaves any predator vulnerable to larger opportunistic carnivores roaming the wilderness. Caution governs every moment of feeding. Sharp, hooked beaks go to work with clinical precision, tearing away feathers and tough hide. The raptor's beak features a special notched tooth designed to sever spinal cords instantly. Every tool on this animal is engineered for pure efficiency. Feathers and bone fragments are later regurgitated in neat little pellets near the feeding site. This digestive process keeps the falcon's stomach functioning at maximum capacity. Nothing goes to waste in the unforgiving wild ecosystem. Satiated from the heavy meal, the falcon perches on a sun-warmed stone to digest. Its heavy eyelids droop slightly as it enjoys a brief moment of tranquility in the wilderness. Even in rest, its sharp ears remain attuned to every ambient sound. The afternoon sun casts long, dramatic shadows across the rugged mountain landscape. The falcon preens its feathers meticulously, applying natural oils from a gland near its tail. Waterproofing and maintenance are daily chores that guarantee survival. Suddenly, a shadow passes overhead, and the falcon instantly snaps back to full alertness. Another rival raptor has dared to trespass near its exclusive nesting territory. Diplomacy does not exist in the wild world of apex predators. Launching from the ledge, the resident falcon ascends rapidly to challenge the airborne intruder. It climbs with aggressive intent, letting out sharp, piercing territorial screeches. The intruder realizes its mistake and quickly alters its flight path away. Establishing a strict territorial boundary ensures enough prey exists to feed a growing family. The falcon patrols its borders with tireless dedication, flying looping patrol patterns for hours. Weakness or hesitation results in lost territory and starvation. As the sun dips lower, painting the horizon in vibrant shades of orange and purple, activity peaks. The evening transition brings out nocturnal and crepuscular creatures moving through the underbrush. The falcon stays vigilant, watching the shifting shadows below. Navigating the twilight requires immense visual adaptation as light levels drop precipitously. The falcon's eyes adjust rapidly, capitalizing on the remaining ambient moonlight filtering through the trees. It remains an effective hunter long after other birds have retired. Eventually, the exhausted predator seeks out a secure cliffside crevice protected from the elements. This hidden roost offers safety from ground-based predators seeking an easy nocturnal meal. Tucked tightly against the cold stone, the bird settles down. Night falls completely across the wilderness, plunging the mountain range into freezing darkness. The falcon rests its head beneath its shoulder feathers to conserve precious body heat. Complete silence blankets the resting hunter until dawn breaks. With the first pale streaks of dawn illuminating the eastern sky, the falcon awakens instantly. There is no prolonged waking period, it goes from deep sleep to full alertness in a heartbeat. Stretching a single wing, it prepares to greet the new day. Springtime brings a dramatic shift in behavior across the rugged wilderness territory. The solitary hunter now seeks a lifelong partner to continue its genetic lineage. Complex aerial courtship rituals begin high above the mountain peaks. Two falcons dance across the sky in an intricate, breathtaking display of synchronized acrobatics. One bird rolls upside down in mid-air, passing a captured item to its partner below. This display proves hunting competence and mutual trust. The bonded pair selects a secluded cliff ledge overlooking a vast, fertile river valley. Unlike many other birds, they do not build an elaborate nest out of twigs and mud. Instead, they scrape a simple hollow directly into the bare rock surface. The female lays a clutch of speckled, reddish-brown eggs within the secure rocky scrape. Both parents share incubation duties meticulously, trading places every few hours to hunt. They defend their future offspring with unmatched aggression against any threat. Warding off larger eagles and hawks requires coordinated dive-bombing attacks by the protective parents. They strike fast and hard, driving interlopers far away from the precious nesting ledge. Parenthood in the wild demands absolute fearlessness. After weeks of patient waiting, tiny, fluffy white chicks finally hatch from the spotted shells. The newborn hatchlings are completely helpless and rely entirely on their parents for warmth. Their enormous appetite sets off a non-stop hunting cycle for the adults. The mother tears tiny, manageable strips of fresh meat from a recently caught meal. She feeds her ravenous chicks with incredible gentleness, despite her fearsome predatory weapons. Every single chick receives its fair share of vital nutrition. Rapid growth transforms the clumsy, white chicks into feathered juveniles with dark, mottled plumage. Their voracious appetite pushes the adult falcons to hunt from dawn until dusk without pause. The mountain valley echoes with the loud, demanding cries of the young. Curiosity drives the adolescent falcons to explore the narrow ledges surrounding their birthplace. They flap their underdeveloped wings frantically, building strength for their very first true flight. One misstep on the high cliff could prove catastrophic. The moment of truth arrives as the boldest fledgling leaps off the rocky ledge into open space. It flails wildly, trying to catch the rising wind currents with confused wing beats. Pure instinct takes over as the air catches its small body. Successful stabilization brings a wave of relief as the young bird executes its first awkward landing. The parents watch closely from above, ready to intervene if the maiden flight fails. It is a monumental milestone in the young falcon's life. Over the next few weeks, the parents transform from providers into strict aerial instructors. They drop live prey mid-air for the juveniles to practice catching during flight. Learning to hunt is a harsh, unforgiving curriculum in the wild. The young falcons master high-speed banking, sudden stalling, and tactical diving through endless repetition. Their flying skills improve daily until they nearly match the agility of their experienced parents. Independence is fast approaching for the adolescent generation. Autumn arrives, bringing cooling temperatures and changing foliage across the expansive mountain wilderness. The adult falcons signal that the training period is officially over and territorial tolerance has ended. The juveniles must now disperse to find their own lands. One by one, the young falcons launch themselves into the crisp autumn wind, flying toward distant horizons. They leave the natal territory behind to carve out their own existence in the wild. The ancient cycle of life and survival continues uninterrupted. A solitary adult falcon sits atop a frosted boulder, watching the changing seasons unfold below. Its keen eyes scan the horizon for any movement, ready for the next survival challenge. Solitary, fierce, and independent, it rules its domain with absolute authority. Winter storms blanket the mountain range in thick, blinding layers of freezing white snow. Food becomes scarce as prey animals burrow deep beneath the frozen ground to hide. Only the most skilled and resilient predators can endure these brutal conditions. Despite the freezing blizzard, the falcon braves the elements to secure a desperately needed meal. It uses superior soaring techniques to ride violent winter gales that ground other animals. Surviving the winter proves the true measure of its evolutionary perfection. As the snow melts and spring returns to the valley, the resilient raptor begins the courtship cycle anew. Its territory remains secure, defended through countless battles and unyielding vigilance. The spirit of the wild falcon remains forever unbroken. Soaring effortlessly against a canvas of towering cumulus clouds, the falcon embodies ultimate freedom. It answers to no master other than the primal laws of nature and survival. Every wing beat celebrates millions of years of successful evolution. Looking down from its high vantage point, the hunter observes the vast, breathing wilderness ecosystem. It is an indispensable keystone species that maintains the natural balance of life in the mountains. Without it, the entire ecosystem would falter. The wind carries the raptor higher into the stratosphere until it disappears into the brilliant blue sky. Its haunting cry echoes faintly off the canyon walls as it chases the endless horizon. This is the true, untamed essence of the wild falcon. Standing as a monument to speed and precision, the falcon remains Earth's premier aerial assassin. Its unmatched physical adaptations continue to fascinate scientists and nature lovers across the globe. There is simply no other creature quite like it. As daylight fades once again over the jagged peaks, the final chapter of today's hunt closes. The wilderness reclaims its quiet majesty as the stars begin to twinkle above. Tomorrow, the legendary hunt will begin all over again. We leave this magnificent apex predator to its eternal reign over the wild mountain peaks. Witnessing such raw, unbridled nature reminds us of the planet's incredible, untamed power. Thank you for journeying deep into the secret world of the falcon. Join the channel for more interesting facts.